Now that we have decided on the layouts, we need to decide when we're going to change from one to the other. And these are called breakpoints, and they're decided based on a number of pixels. So when you're transitioning from desktop to tablet, what size do you want that to be? When you go from tablet to phone, what do you want that to be? There are lots and lots of options out there. Some sites identify a few. So here's a site that says, oh, here are breakpoints used by these different companies. So you can kind of follow that pattern if you want, but notice there is no actual pattern. There are some that get very specific and show, oh, what about all the different versions of iPhone and all the different Google Pixel, and really get very device specific. But the general rule is devices change all the time. Their sizes, their number of pixels are all going to be different as you go. So if you design around that, you've got an ongoing maintenance nightmare that you have to always be on top of how the devices are changing and what you want to look like on each device. So the recommended approach is to do it by design. And that means to pick what you want your design to look like. And when does it work nicely for your design to break? When does the shape change fit the design? So if you base it on your design, you'll be satisfied over time. Now within that, you can pick standard sizes. That also just makes it easier to pick and stay with those standard sizes. So I found that the design changed at different times when it became problematic. So you see at a certain point where the navigation drops down below. Another thing is notice how nice how that header works right up until you get too small, and then all of a sudden on the longer ones it spills out. So having looked through this and just resized the window and saw where things go, I found that this particular design can break at two very common numbers. One is 768, so that will be the minimum size that a tablet will go to, and the other one is 992 pixels, which is the minimum size a desktop will go to. So we'll use those two, 768 pixels and 992 pixels. We will use those breakpoints along with an appmedia query to implement these different layouts within the same website. Now, an appmedia rule will help us to be able to identify different layouts for different sizes. And the way that it works is it has appmedia and then a media type. And the media types can be all, which is the default, or it can be print, screen, or speech. And we're going to be working with the screen option. So that's going to be our appmedia. Media type is going to be screen, and then here's where the breakpoints go. Is they go in either a min width or a max width right inside the appmedia rule. And we'll be able to implement those for each of our layouts.